At night, North Korea is almost invisible from space, a black hole on the map, dark cities, silent roads. But beneath that darkness lies one of the most dangerous arsenals on Earth: nuclear weapons, built not in triumph but in fear. This is not a story about power, it is a story about paranoia, survival, and a regime that decided the world was safer held hostage than trusted. North Korea was not born confident, it was born burned. During the Korean War, the US dropped more bombs on the North than it did on the entire Pacific theater during World War II. Cities vanished, dams were destroyed, villages were erased. By the war's end, Pyongyang believed one thing with absolute certainty: if war comes again, we will not survive it. And worse, there was no peace treaty, just an armistice, a pause, a loaded gun left on the table. From that moment on, the North Korean state was built around a single obsession: never be helpless again. As the Cold War hardened, North Korea watched the world divide into two categories: those with nuclear weapons and those without. The first group was untouchable, the second was expendable. The message was reinforced again and again. Vietnam survived because it bled its enemy. China survived because it had the bomb. Small states without ultimate weapons were pressured, punished, and sometimes erased. North Korea did not want influence, it wanted immunity. In the late 1950s, North Korea quietly entered the nuclear age. Soviet scientists trained its engineers, research reactors were built, facilities were buried deep underground. Officially, it was about energy. Unofficially, Yongbyon was a factory of inevitability. Plutonium doesn't care about intentions, it only cares about time, and North Korea had patience. While the world dismissed Pyongyang as backward and irrelevant, its scientists learned how to separate plutonium atom by atom, silently, methodically, without applause. In 1985, North Korea signed the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. To the outside world, it looked like compliance. Inside the regime, it was camouflage. Inspections were delayed, records were falsified, access was restricted. Every negotiation became a tactic, every agreement a pause button. North Korea wasn't deciding if it would build the bomb, it was deciding when. In the early 1990s, US intelligence realized how close North Korea was getting. Military options were drawn up, strike plans finalized, war loomed, and then hesitation. Because striking Yongbyon risked a second Korean War, one that could kill millions in Seoul within hours. North Korea understood this leverage instantly. Fear once again protected it. In 1994, agreed framework froze the program, but only on the surface. Beneath it, knowledge continued to grow, designs improved, plans matured. The bomb was delayed, not abandoned. In 2003, North Korea tore off the mask. It withdrew from the NPT, expelled inspectors, restarted reactors. The world protested, sanctions followed. Pyongyang ignored them all. Then came October 9, 2006. A tremor beneath the earth, a muffled explosion, a crude, imperfect nuclear test. It wasn't impressive, but it was irreversible. North Korea had crossed into a realm where threats became permanent. After 2006, North Korea accelerated. Each nuclear test was a lesson written in fire. How to make bombs smaller, how to make them stronger, how to make them survivable. Failures were hidden, successes were broadcast. By 2013, the weapons were no longer symbolic. By 2016, they were practical. By 2017, they were terrifying. A device detonated with force rivaling thermonuclear weapons. The regime smiled. A nuclear bomb without a missile is a scream into the void. So North Korea built the missile. Test after test failed. Rockets disintegrated. Launch pads exploded. And then, suddenly, they didn't. Missiles climbed higher, flew farther, stayed stable. An intercontinental ballistic missile rose into the sky in 2017 and splashed down after a trajectory that stunned analysts. The implication was unavoidable. The United States was no longer untouchable. Deterrence had crossed the Pacific. The world didn't fail to see the danger, it failed to agree on the risk. China feared collapse more than nukes. Russia valued disruption over discipline. The US feared war more than delay. Sanctions hurt, but not enough. Diplomacy talked, but too slowly. Military force was on the table, but never used. And North Korea exploited every hesitation. It was willing to starve, willing to isolate, willing to endure anything. Because nuclear weapons promised something nothing else could: survival without permission. Today, North Korea does not view its nuclear arsenal as a weapon. It views it as existence itself. The bomb is not a bargaining chip, it is the regime's heartbeat. To give it up would mean trusting enemies. To dismantle it would invite annihilation. So the missiles remain fueled, the warheads remain hidden, the fingers remain close to the switch. Not because North Korea wants war, but because it believes war is always one decision away. The most chilling truth is this: North Korea's strategy worked. It was threatened, it was sanctioned, it was isolated, and yet it survived. Nuclear weapons froze the world's hand. Now every crisis is measured, every response delayed, every option constrained by the fear of escalation. North Korea learned the darkest rule of the modern world: if you can end everything, no one dares end you. And that lesson does not disappear. It waits, it spreads, it tempts others watching from the shadows. Because once fear becomes protection and destruction becomes security, the nightmare is no longer North Korea's alone. There is a moment in every disaster when the danger is already locked in, but the consequences have not yet arrived. North Korea exists in that moment. Missiles sit in underground tunnels, sealed behind blast doors. Warheads are stored in places no satellite can see. Orders are written, rehearsed, and waiting. Nothing is happening, and that is what makes it terrifying. Because nuclear weapons do not need anger, they do not need hatred, they only need mistakes. A misread radar signal, a failed communication line, a commander acting too late or too early. On the Korean Peninsula, there are minutes between peace and catastrophe. North Korea's leadership believes these weapons keep them safe, and in a narrow, brutal sense, they are right. The world speaks carefully now. Military plans are restrained. Red lines are drawn in disappearing ink. Fear has done what diplomacy could not, but fear is unstable. It hardens assumptions, it removes second chances, it turns every crisis into a countdown. The world is no longer asking how to stop North Korea's nuclear program. That question has already expired. The question now is simple and far more disturbing. How long can deterrence hold?